Hello and welcome to the QVS AP US History course. My name is Mrs. Sedmak and I wanted to take the opportunity today to introduce myself and to show you around the course page so that you can get a successful start to the school year and working in this online course toward your mastery of US history and success on the AP exam in May. As I said, my name is Mrs. Sedmak. I'm currently living in a small country in West Africa called Benin. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and for the past 20 years, I've been living in lots of different places in the world because I've had the opportunity to teach in many different QSI schools. Probably even the region that you are currently living in, because I've lived in Central Asia, the Caucasus, East Asia, Central America, and again now in West Africa. So I'm excited to help you on this journey in U.S. history. It's one of my favorite courses to teach. And I want to take you to the course page today so that you can become familiar with the platform, and then we can get you started on Essential Unit 1 so that you are working toward that ultimate goal of doing well on the AP exam in May. Pacing is so important in an AP course. Of course, in this class, there are 9 essential units and 1 selective unit. And it's so important that you kind of stick along with the calendar that I create for you. You'll get messages like this every week. And you're also encouraged to communicate with me in Teams so that you can ask any questions that you have whenever you're confused. Communication is key. That's the one way that you're going to be successful, is working with me and letting me know when and if you have questions. So let's go to the course page. I can show you around and tell you more about the class this year. So when you go to your Canvas page, you should have the AP US History course on your dashboard. And if you read through this short description here, you'll see that there are 9 different periods in US history that we will explore. Depending on the time period, we'll spend a different amount of time. Like the first unit, for example, is just open for a couple weeks, while the other units, some are open for 3, some are open for 4 units, depending on the content of the unit. You can learn more about this if you kind of scroll through some of these different course navigation tabs. Of course, the syllabus is probably the most valuable in terms of how the course is broken down. There's my contact information. Read through to learn more about the class and how it will unfold through the year. The course grading policy is here. If you want to know how you will earn an A or a B, you can check out this end of unit rubric here. And scrolling down more, here's the course content in the different periods that we will study and about the amount of time that we will spend on each of them. So all of this can be found in the course syllabus. It will be available to you all year long on the home page. If you want to learn more about me, click here on the instructor information tab. It has my office hours, when I'm available, and even another little video like this where you can learn more about who I am and what I've done over the past 20, 30 years in my career. Here is the pacing chart for the year. This is the calendar. It's very important that you stick to the pacing that I set because we have to make sure that we cover all 9 periods in US history before the date of the AP exam. So this calendar is very important. You'll even see like little calendar warnings over here on the side of the Canvas page to help keep you on track. If you are ever having a problem with technology, you can email our tech support team here. And then if you go ahead and open this one, here's the grading policy. Again, that distinguishing factor between what is an A, what is a B. The end of unit rubric will be used for all of the essential units 1 through 9. And I want to point out like the one facet of the rubric that is the most distinguishing factor between A or B. That's this AP type assessment that you will take at the end of every unit, and the threshold for B versus the threshold for A. We also have the AP Classroom, and you'll be doing progress checks from time to time. It's very important that you register and use the join code for the AP Classroom, and that will come through this course resource section. So if you click here, there's the link to my AP, and here's the join code for the class, along with lots of other resources. The class is really self-contained. If you want a physical copy of the textbook, you can talk to your course monitor for one. But otherwise, I have links to digital copies for both of the textbooks here. So go ahead and click here for the textbooks. They can also be found under course resources. And then if you click under modules, okay, this is where you're going to begin the class. So I want to spend a little bit of time taking you through here, particularly the introductory module that I want you to do on day 1, and then into Essential Unit 1, which you can begin on day 2 of the course. So here are all of the essential units. Now you can't get to any of them because they do work chronologically. So to get to one, you have to master the one prior. So let's go ahead and open this introduction. What I want you to do on the first day is introduce yourselves in Teams. We do have a Teams platform for the class. It's where you will chat with me and ask any questions. If we ever need to have a video call, we'll do that on the Teams platform. After you introduce yourself in Teams, then go ahead and take mock exam number 1. Yes, you heard that correctly. You are taking a test today. You know, my whole purpose here is to prepare you for the AP exam on top of teaching you U.S. history. I mean, it is one of my favorite classes to teach, but you definitely have a goal, and I'm sure that goal is to do well on the AP exam in May. In order to do well, it's really important that you're familiar with the structure of the exam. So I've kind of put a mini version of that test here for you on the course page. I honestly don't really care how well you do. I mean, I don't want you just to kind of like do terribly on the test and not try at all. But the whole purpose is here for you just to become familiar with the exam style questions. So I have 4 different parts to this mock exam. In part 1, you'll see what the multiple choice questions look like. Part 2 of the exam is called the SAQ section. They're short answer questions. I've given you one there for you to try and answer. Part 3 is probably the most challenging part of the exam. It's called the document-based question. So the expectation there is that you write a 5-paragraph essay based off of documents that are provided on the test. If you don't write a full-out essay immediately, I'm not worried about it, but I would be interested in kind of like hearing your observations about this question. What are your are you fearing it at all? Or like, do you think you can handle analysis of documents? You can kind of type that in the test section. And then part 4 of the exam is called the long essay question, the LEQ. Again, in this section, the expectation is that you would write a 5-paragraph essay. So just check each of them out, try to answer them to the best of your ability. If you don't write full out essays, I'm not worried about it, but I want you to see what the test looks like. Once I grade that, then Essential Unit 1 will open for you, and Essential Unit 1 covers the period from 1491 to 1607. This is the period of European exploration of the Americas. There are some reading assignments. You can use whatever textbook you want. Henrietta is the main textbook, and AMSCO is the abridged version of the text. One is easier than the other. There is no judgment here. You can watch whatever one you can read whatever one you want. If you click here into the introduction, then you can view a little video down here which introduces you to the time period. What were some important features along with its map so that you can see that really in this time period, the Spanish dominated settlement from 1491 to 1607. The pacing for this unit is 2 weeks. That's very important for you to understand, and then it's important for me to express that you really need to get started every day. You do have to take notes for the unit. I have some different note-taking tools here for you. I don't care which one you use, or you can use a note-taking method that you're already familiar with. Your notes will be collected at the end of the unit. And then if we scroll down here, you can see what you need to do during week 1. Week 1 activities include topic 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. So you're going to stop when you get here to week 2 assignments. So you're going to be pretty busy this week. There are some daily videos that you can watch that are on the My AP page. They're linked here at the beginning of each topic. The daily videos are about 5 minutes long. They shouldn't take too much of your time. But really the meat of the unit are through these activities that I have embedded on the course page. So we'll do a little bit of contextualization of the period so you can get familiar with what was going on. You have to score at least 38 out of 55 on this one before you move on to the next. Again, more contextualization of the time period, like what was going on from 1492 to 1607. That's what we mean by contextualization. We're going to take a look at what Native American societies looked like before 1492. We're going to look at European exploration and look specifically at the Spanish Empire. What were some of the systems that they put in place, like the encomienda, the caste system, in order to create legitimacy and control in the colonies that they established. We'll take a look at the Columbian Exchange, this exchange of goods and people from the old world to the new world. We'll have a little debate in history. Is Columbus to be considered a hero or a villain? Definitely this biological exchange is named after him. Has it caused more harm or good? So you'll take a look at some sources that are provided for you to participate in this debate. We'll look at the interactions between the Native Americans and the Spaniards, and that will kind of wrap up the week, and you can kind of see then where we're going into next week. Important for me to say, though, at the end of next week is the Unit 1 assessment already. So this unit is going to go really fast. It is an AP course, so the expectation is for you to spend at least 2 hours per day on the class, and in doing so, you should be successful. I am here, of course, to help you all along the way. So whenever you have questions, if something is not working for you on the course page, like a video is inaccessible, or you have questions on how to approach an assignment, please contact me in the Teams chat. I'm happy to help. If that means having a video call, that's great. I'm happy to meet with you at any time to help you make your way through the unit. So again, on the first day, get that mock exam done. And then on the second day, immediately get started with Essential Unit 1. We'll be looking at the period from 1491 to 1607. I'm Mrs. Sedmak. I'm here to help. I'm happy to be working with you this year. Please introduce yourself in Teams. Bye.